it seems we haven't really diagnosed the problem such that whatever solution we are bringing is not necessarily addressing the root cause of what we are facing as it is, and that in a few days we might return to what it is, return to square one. Is that how you see it as well?
I even see it from a worse point. Why? Because I know the Lingo market, I know Janguza market, I know Kwakuti market, all of them in the north. There are places where they sell grains in volume. But I can tell you that the scarcity was not due majorly to hoarding, but more to unavailability. Secondly, of the grains. Secondly, some northern state governors have stopped vehicles carrying food, both the grains and perishables, from coming to the south. They were largely reported with video and voice. Now, you can begin to ask yourself, are we going to be creating crisis in other places? It becomes a difficult thing for me because anywhere you go in Nigeria, you find people from other regions cohabiting and living together. Some are even married and all of that. So when they now say, okay, you will not be taking food to the south, are there no others in the south that will also suffer from it? Okay? That's also there. Again, the third one, which worries me, is the promise by government to release food, grain from the silos. And I've been asking myself, have we really stored anything in the last 10 years? See, because the serious situation of farmers not being able to work on their farms, you know, it also has levels now. Yeah. Level 1 is not going to the farm at all because they will be killed. The second level is they may be kidnapped, and instead of working on their farm, they are made to work for the kidnappers. Okay? Now, the third level is asking them to come and pay huge sums of money before they can be allowed to work on their farms. And in other places, some has to bring their wives and daughters, okay, before they are allowed to work. So when you look at all those problems, and you and I know that the bulk of our import duty, Forex, was spent importing food. And we know that we are already suffering food insecurity. So all of this, when you look at them critically now, and passionately, without emotions, you will see that they don't add up at all. And that's the problem. We can now add smuggling to it. In the earlier report, there was an account of some vehicles being impounded because they were ferrying food to Niger Republic.
Neighboring countries.
Neighboring countries. How can you be hungry here in your hometown and then you are ferrying food? And that's why I said they should stop you from exporting.
They are in business to make profit. So
no, but they will still sell here too, and they will make profit. Unfortunately, also luckily for them, the price control mechanism has collapsed. So nobody is controlling any price again. So you are free to sell. They call it free market economy. When we were campaigning against it, we were made to look like we didn't know what we were saying. I don't understand. People come and say their economies and all of that, and things are going out of hand. You saw the way I reacted when I heard that dollar now is 1,900 to $1, and I had to hold my head. I've been wondering, why?
You're of the view that there should be price control, as advocated by Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria. You know that the government should ensure that he still further reiterated that position. That
price control cannot work in this situation.
I thought that was what you meant.
What I said it has collapsed. Right. It's not going to work. Why? The critical point is the supply side of commerce. Now, if you're not bringing enough and you are bringing very little, normally you're not meeting the demand. The prices will go up. Okay? Some will call it inflation, but for me, it's the price reacting by going up. Okay, so government on its side needs to come up with realistic, practical, and strategic offerings in the immediate and in the short term, not long term now. Okay?
Why not?
We have to take care of now first.
Which is what they have done.
If I don't survive today, I will not be here tomorrow. Okay? So we must take care of now. Number two, the president told the governors to go and reach out to the real farmers. we've been saying these things. We've had so many agri projects from Fadama to so many anchor borrowers. Those who have nothing to do with farming were the ones collecting the grants, the loans, and diverting them into other things. Whereas the real farmers are there. Okay? I joined a farming group, and we were only going to be breeding snails. We were asking for 700 naira per person. We were not giving. And people are collecting 90 million and all of that. I mean, they should be treated as saboteurs. They should be taken to court. I mean, I look at it from more like treason. I mean, because the round robin effect, the consequences will be universal, will be wider, and almost everybody will be badly affected. And that's why we are where we are today. Okay? Another thing is, again, if we don't deal with the attack on the Naira, that's what I call it. The two reports I read yesterday, one touched on bankers who, when they are giving Forex for importers and manufacturers, they give them a little and sell the remaining to Aboki. Okay? Because we must keep asking yourself, where do they get their supply from? And they always have. The banks will not have, and then they will have. Meanwhile, CBN doesn't sell money, dollar to Aboki. So where do they get their money from?
That's right.
The second option, that we have just observed now, is that month after month, the state governors are getting more money. And then the more they get, the weaker the Naira becomes. There's an allegation that, which of course is not being proved anyway now, that a lot of them now use the money to buy dollar, to preserve their wealth or whatever.
Well, those are weighty allegations.
Yes,
cannot
very
be
weighty.
Yet. So
yes.
Until we have whatever it is.
I'm saying it because I'm calling attention of the government to it. Let them look into it.
Right.
At the time, they were doing ways and means during various regime, and they were printing money not attached to any business or any activity, commercial or production. We talked. Nobody listened. Now we are where we are.